Welcome back from the highs of the Derby to the lows of getting knocked out of the Carabao Cup by Tottenham. Let's get into it.
Yes, you saw the last video. We talked about it, the Derby. Disappointing for City again. Upside for United. Not only United winning the Derby, they get to still compete in the Carabao Cup.
Yeah.
Not
anymore. We didn't look great. I mean, we were really riding high on confidence from the Derby. I mean, there wasn't a whole lot that could have gone better on the scoreline. Yeah, you could have won with a clean sheet, but whatever. You still got to win against one of the best teams in the league and in the world. So you would think going into this game, it'd be high confidence. And a lot of the players were, but other ones, just for whatever reason, couldn't show up.
As we always do from the beginning, United, Tottenham. I'll go into a little bit of the Tottenham. You know, we see Forster in. Vicario's still hurt.
Yep.
We'll talk about Forster a few times. Defense is pretty basic. Gray playing center back, kind of weird. Usual midfield, usual front attack for Tottenham. Other than their goalie being out, it was pretty typical.
Yeah.
And you could say Archie Gray at center back isn't typical, but
I think this lineup for United was more of a rotation lineup. Like, hey, we got to get some new, fresh bodies in here because we got a game this weekend. We got games coming up in Europa League. Like, it's a very thick schedule this time of year, obviously. So to get that rotation in this game, I didn't really love it, honestly. Like, we see Lindelof start. The guy's here for a reason, I guess, but he is out after 40 minutes, and it's like, we can't keep relying on these same players. Not just him, but you know, some of the other players we've seen. Martinez has not been good this year. We can't keep relying on him to start these important games in his form this year. It should be Maguire and De Ligt. And I understand you need to rotate, but at the same time, we got to win the game, and we lost.
they rotated a lot from goalie all the way up to the front. The star guy, Diallo out.
Goalie.
The goalie, I don't even know his name, Ben Bam.
Bayendier.
That guy.
Howler.
Obviously, the center back. It was a few changes from the winning Derby team. And like Trevin said, you know, a lot of games coming up. You know, a lot of games close together this time of year.
Yeah.
So you want to have players fresh, especially for the bigger game,
Yeah.
bigger Premier League games. And not that this wasn't a big game because it's a quarterfinal, semifinal of a Carabao Cup that you obviously want to win, any club, right? But they rotated, and they definitely paid the price because Tottenham, I felt, were more full strength than United, even though we did talk about the goalie and center back a little bit changed. But they had all the stars on.
Yeah, I mean, Son was there, Kulusevski, goddamn.
Solanke, Madison, obviously, with some goals this year.
Everybody that they ideally would have, Bissouma and Sarr in the midfield, that was pretty much their ideal midfield and forwards.
Yeah.
So to compare and contrast that to United, which obviously this is a big opportunity for Spurs to win their first trophy, and for Postecoglou to get a trophy for him and prove the doubters wrong, because he said just before the game, hey, I've won a trophy in every second season I've ever been at any club. So the expectation for him is there. Obviously not as much the club itself, but the fans and him, they're not on the same page, but they both want to win the trophy.
They probably won't, though.
No.
It's Tottenham, we'll be honest. The game specifically, though, Tottenham come out pretty strong. First half overall, owned it.
Yeah.
First goal goes in.
Solanke,
Mistakes.
I don't. It's hard to really judge a lot of this team right now because there are so many bit part players in, and we don't really know what it's going to be going forward. But at the same time, these guys need to look in the mirror and realize, hey, these small mistakes are costing us points. You know, the ability to go through. We're out of the cup now from small errors, single person errors, not the system errors that we've been seeing under Ten Hag, where we have, acres of space between everybody. No, it's individual errors. Players not marking as close as they should, not only on corners, but Martinez, we saw him. He got beat horribly. Didn't get high enough on Solanke. Let him have the space, and Solanke scored. So it was just poor individuals at the end of the day.
I think we could say, I believe it was a set-piece goal at the end of the day. Another set-piece goal on United. Another set-piece goal against United that gets Man United fans even more hate on that set-piece coach, whatever he's doing. They continued Spurs, though. That whole first half, it felt like they were just on United.
Yeah.
United weren't terrible. They had some opportunities, from the left side especially, putting the ball in. Antony starting on the right wasn't very impactful, but that left side was doing some things in the first half, but it wasn't enough. And second half, it continued right away again for Tottenham.
Right away, Tottenham scores 2-0, and as a United fan, I'm like, all right, this is pretty much it. Like, it's over. Who cares? Let's wrap it up. But because I just don't see the fight in all the players. Some of them have it, some of them don't. It's just apparent to see that, when we go down, it's probably not coming back. But this time, we actually did get more into the game, but not before giving up another goal.
Dominic Solanke with his second goal. That Kulusevski goal was nice too, scored. A lot of mistakes. All these goals seem like they came from mistakes. All fucking 7 of these goals.
Yeah.
Solanke, though, puts it in the back of the net as he did it before.
Yeah.
Good goal. 3-0 to Tottenham. And you're like, wow.
It's over.
Like,
Turn it off.
This is crazy.
I literally said, all right, we can turn this off now, because I just, in that moment, I was so frustrated and so done with it. It was like, all right, I don't even want to watch them lose 5-0, because that's really how it felt like it was going. And then all of a sudden,
we saw some changes.
We see some
Xerxes Diallo, a Xerxes goal.
Xerxes goal, very quick after coming on. It seemed like after those subs were made, there was a new sense of urgency. Well, new, because it wasn't renewed, because there wasn't there any in the beginning. But it was a new sense of urgency that wasn't there. And you see players like Diallo and Xerxes that, they need to come through this year. They need to be the players that we need them to be. And that's what they did. Xerxes with a good finish for the first one. I mean, obviously a mistake by Foster, but it's good of him not to fluff his lines right at the end. And he actually scored, which, I mean, I can't ask for much more from that.
And then Diallo, boy wonder.
Just, I mean, I can't even express enough words for the joy this kid brings to the team, because he's really the only shining spot. And I know I've said that in past videos, but he really is. Like, this year, he is the one guy that we can be like, okay, he should have a good game today, even if the other people around him don't. And he did exactly what Ruben Amorim needs from those 10s, is to press and press and press, and that's what he did. Created all sorts of opportunities from that, but then that crucial one, Foster's lagging on it, gets caught right into the back of the net. I mean, it was one where you couldn't time it better if you dreamed it. He comes in, Foster tries to switch his feet, kick it long. As soon as he lets it go, Diallo slides right in, back of the net, ricochet. Just absolute perfection, what you want to see right there.
3-2, you're thinking, wow,
we
got a game here, right? We got a game, but
no.
But no, we continue on. We continue on for a while. It was a while before that Youngman Son goal came, but when it did, it felt like a dagger for the United fans. I guarantee it.
It was really tough, because they don't have VAR in the EFL Cup. Why, I don't know. For the early rounds, when you have random League 4 teams, whatever. But at the quarterfinal stage, you need to have VAR. You need to be able to see that there is an obvious foul on Bandier for that to go right into the net from Son. I mean, fantastic from Son. Just crazy that he was able to put it into the corner from his own corner spot. But it was a foul. Bandier should have done better. 2 goals that were mistakes from him. Once again, individual errors just killing us.
4-2, and that's pretty much it. A little bit of a late goal there from the Johnny Evans, but
yeah, I mean, 95th minute, technically an own goal, but Johnny Evans is able to get ahead on a corner. So there's just the tiny, most minuscule 1% chance, but with 1 minute of added time left, basically, it wasn't happening, and it didn't happen.
4-3 in the end at the Tottenham Hotspur at their stadium. Their stadium was going crazy. They were going crazy.
I gotta give it up. They were very, very positive when they scored that 4th goal. But prior to that, didn't really hear anybody.
I'll be honest, it was a shootout. If you are a defensive coach on either of these teams, you are shitting yourself
You're
right
pissed.
now. Because
or a goalkeeping coach. Oh.
Absolute individual errors and mistakes. There's only so much, you can do like as a coach. You can't. The goalkeeper coach for Tottenham, I'm sure, doesn't want Fraser Foster to fucking just kick it to the United player. Like,
Right.
obviously. But at some point, it's like, we got to get him in the right headspace. What's he thinking there? What can you do to help the situation, especially when you see 4 conceded against United and 3 against Spurs? Spurs, they've been dealing with it all year, right? But I don't think United under Amrin have conceded 4 just yet.
Not yet. I mean, it's a
losses is one thing, but conceding 4, especially 3 in a row.
It's a tough game. It's a tough loss. We're out of the cup. At the same time, if he would have won this, would he have been the next, Sir Alex Ferguson? No, because
Work in progress. Here.
Baldy won it too in his first season, and it's great to get a trophy. We don't count community shields like Arteta and Arsenal, so we.
I count them. I don't give a fuck.
But that's the City fan and Arsenal and Arteta talking. But we're out. City's out. We have no more Carabao Cup to talk about. Really. What do you mean? I'm just letting the people know.
They know that City's out. We're talking about United. United are out. They lost to Tottenham. Okay.
You know who also lost to Tottenham? City.
They did. We'll see what happens later on in the season, though. We got some Prem coming up.
Europa League.
Champions League.
Watch out for
even
it.
more importantly. 4-3 to Tottenham. Word on Rashford?
I hope he stays, but I think he's gone. The Telegraph are pieces of shit. They've put out 10 articles in 9 days about how shitty Rashford is. He's a piece of shit. It's because he doesn't like the government and because he's black. You guys are pieces of shit. Fuck you.
My goodness. This is crazy reports coming from Just Two Brothers. Trevin, Man United fan correspondent from
You're
Just Two Brothers.
Of shit, Telegraph.
He's calling
editors.
the Telegraph editors. They're pieces of shit.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford, though, the performance haven't really been there, but at the same time, he hasn't really been getting a lot of help. It's a mix of both, I feel like, from the outside looking in.
18 months hasn't been good.
It's a mix of both. But, man, he might leave, and that's going to be a story.
Dagger to the chest.
That's going to be a story.